Hello, everybody. I'm super excited to just come to you guys as you're doing the transformation challenge and help you speed up the process of losing body fat while gaining muscle during Orange Theory's 2020 Transformation Challenge. I did a nutrition workshop on Sunday at Cherry Hill Studio, and I just wanted to give you all a recap for those of you that couldn't make it. And for those of you who may not know me, I am a coach at Orange Theory Cherry Hills. You may know me just as an Orange Theory coach, but I am actually also a nutrition coach as well. So I've been with Orange Theory now 6 years. And the number one question that I got asked when I started was, what do you eat? What should I eat? And 6 years ago, I had absolutely no idea. So I decided that I really needed to be the go-to source for you guys for both fitness and nutrition, because most people's goals when they walk through the door is to lose weight. And now we have the in-body scanner, so we can really target body fat and lowering that number and raising your muscle mass, which is so cool to be able to measure something beyond the scale, team. So I'm really excited to help you. So again, my name is Kaitlyn. If you don't know me, I teach at Orange Theory Cherry Hills, and I'm also a nutrition coach. So, you know, years ago when I first started at Orange Theory, I saw everyone kind of struggling to lose weight after a certain point. You hit a plateau and you needed to figure out the nutrition piece. And those that have always been successful in a transformation challenge, those winners who walk out with $500 cash in a body that they love, have figured out the nutrition piece. So I really want to help you guys have that same success. I want you all to be winners, whether or not you win $500 cash, doesn't matter. But if you lower your body fat percentage and you continue to see that number go down and you feel good in your clothes, that's a success, right? That's winning. And the problem that I saw, though, was that people were changing everything all at once. And yes, they were losing weight, but they were also gaining it back. Or you guys changed everything all at once, and I call it healthy burnout. And you get to this point where you just can't do it anymore, and life and stress happen. So you give up on meal prep, you give up on planning your workouts, only to try again weeks, months, years later, right? Because this is important to you. You know, the body that you live in every day, you want to feel good in. And I really want this to be the challenge that you figure out like how to do this, how to change your body composition, and how to maintain it for the rest of your life. Sound good, guys? Sound good? Awesome. Quickly, if you don't know, I do have 3 nutrition certifications. My favorite 2 are from Precision Nutrition. I'm both level 1 and level 2 certified, meaning that I know the science of nutrition, but I also have studied the psychology of behavior change. Why do you know what to do but aren't doing it? Have you ever said that? I hear that so often, you guys. So if you say that, you are not alone. And not only today am I going to teach you about calories in, calories out, just the basics of nutrition, but I'm also going to help you start to take action on some of the things you may already know. So this beginning portion may not be anything new, and I totally understand that. So if you're used to calories in, calories out, you know all about protein, carbs, healthy fats, vegetables, and fast forward towards the end where I'm going to talk about how you put this into action. If you struggle to be consistent at eating well and even exercising, you can use these same tips and tricks and tools for pretty much anything in life that you want to change. So I'm super excited. Let's dive in, team. So I want you guys to guess, what do you think the percentage is of people that actually finish a transformation challenge? So what is the percentage of people that finish, meaning they did the first weigh-in, the middle, and the last? I did a case study last year on the last 2 challenges at my studio, and I was just super curious because I knew there was a big drop, you guys, halfway and throughout the end. And actually that number is 40% of people finish, which means 60% of people drop out. And I am on a mission to make it so that nobody drops out, so that we have 100% winners who complete this challenge, who work out 3 days a week, who do their beginning, middle, and end body weight scan. You guys, can we get an amen? Like, I want to be that person. I'm committed. I'm going to finish, and I'm going to win, right? So stay tuned. Keep watching. So I want you to think about quickly, what do you think might be the reason why 60% of people drop out of the challenge? And you can almost think about this personally, you guys. We've all been there. We've all done challenges and diets and programs and dropped out early. It happens to all of us, myself included. And I want you to think, why did I do that? What was that reason? And so when I asked this in class on Sunday, most people said lack of results, right? Like, you stepped on the scale for the midpoint weigh-in, or maybe you did it at home before you came into Orange Theory, and that number went up, or that number didn't change. And so you thought, what the heck, is this even worth my time and energy that I'm putting in meal prepping, that I'm putting in going to the gym? It's just easier to live my life the way it was before, not exercising as much and not eating as well. Well, here's the thing. I can tell you one thing, that body fat number, that number on the scale will not change if you don't eat well and if you don't work out at least 3 times a week. So I'm going to encourage you today to let go of the outcome, you guys, and you are only in charge of the behavior, the action it takes to lower that body fat number. And when that number happens, whether it's 4 weeks, whether it's 6, 8 weeks, and how slow or fast, that's not in your control. And people that grip so tightly to that weight loss, to that number on the scale, to that body fat percentage number, can really have a hard time reaching it, guys. But those who really just let go of the outcome and trust the process, and trust that if they continue to eat their vegetables, they continue to prep, lean protein, they continue to work out, that number will go down. That number will change. So this is a huge piece to your success, friends, is being consistent with your behavior, focusing more on your workouts, more on your nutrition than the number on the scale, even for your midpoint weigh-in, even for your final midpoint weigh-in, or your final weigh-in, not the midpoint. So if you guys are watching this, I'm going to post it on Facebook too. Just give me a thumbs up. If you ever take my class, I hate just talking to myself. I want to know that you guys understand. So other things that people say that they've dropped out is because of life and stress and sickness or vacation. So later on at the end, I'm going to teach you how to be consistent with your eating no matter what is going on in your life. And then I had quickly talked about it, right? Healthy burnout, guys, where you just kind of change everything in your diet, in your life, just drastically in 180, and it's not sustainable. So we're going to talk about preventing healthy burnout here at the end. So first things first, calories in versus calories out. You guys have probably heard of this. To lose weight, most of the time you need to be in a caloric deficit, meaning you're consuming less calories than you burn, you guys. So I do want to take this time to say that this works for 90% of people, maybe a little less. And if you're that person who's watching this and you're like, Kaitlyn, I eat really well, I exercise at least 3 times a week, I've been doing this consistently for 3 months, years, you need to go to a doctor, guys, because there must be something else going on in your body. I read a really great article that talked about how people are actually eating healthier. People are, literally, studies show, eating more vegetables, consuming less sugar, but our obesity in America is still climbing. So something is off, you guys. If you're on any medication for anything, that can definitely impact your weight, friends. So talk to your doctor about your medication and ask if a side effect of it is weight gain. I want you to be successful, and I don't want you to be beating yourself or hitting your head against a wall because you're doing everything that you're in control of and not seeing results. The other thing that you need to really pay attention to is stress and sleep. If you're not sleeping well, it is proven that you gain weight every single year, you guys. So you got to get control of your sleep. 6 to 9 hours a night, friends, unless you have a newborn. That's what you should be shooting for. Stress, you guys, we all have it. There isn't good or bad stress. There's just too much stress. And so if your body is under too much stress in life, you will not lose weight. If you're not sleeping well, you will not lose weight. So those are 3 things that I want you to go talk to your doctor about or kind of work on first before you're, really dialing in on calories in versus calories out, because if all that is wacko, all your efforts are not going to work. So I hope that makes sense. If you're like, no, I sleep pretty well and I manage my stress pretty well, then keep watching. So like I said, calories in versus calories out. There's a couple names that you should know. BMR is your basal metabolic rate. So this is the calories you need to live, breathe, and do the bare minimum life asks you to do. When you did your in-body scan, it has your metabolic calories on there. And when I was reading the manual for the in-body scanner that Orange Theory provides, it says that it is not your BMR, that it is a little higher than your BMR. And I don't know much detail beyond that, you guys. So I would assume that Orange Theory and the in-body scanner is assuming that you all have a very sedentary lifestyle and a desk job. I don't know how many calories that they added, guys. I wish I could tell you that. I can't. But I think it's important for you to know that this is not your BMR. I can do your calories for you based off of your BMR, right? Based off of what you need, based off your age, weight, and height, and your goal, how many times you work out, and your movement throughout the day, depending upon your job and your lifestyle. So message me if you want me to do that for you. If you are a Cherry Hills member at Orange Theory, I am doing yours for you. Anyone else? I would love to do more, but this girl, has got to find the time to do it. So message me. It's just $9. I'd be happy to do it for you. But I can't do everyone for free. There's lots of you and only one of me. But I do really want you to be successful. So if you are at Cherry Hills doing the CC Challenge, I am going to do this for you. So don't worry. Once you have your calories, once you know, you can use an app like MyFitnessPal. It will tell you. Just be careful of how low your calories go, you guys. That's the only kind of thing I see weary in MyFitnessPal is that you can eat too little. It can tell you too little calories because you're like, yeah, 2 pounds a week sounds awesome. You guys, that's a lot of calories that you're taking out of your diet to lose 2 pounds a week. And again, that just adds to the stress in your life. It's a stress because working out is a stress. Being in a caloric deficit is a stress on your body. And if you have too much of it, you will not lose weight. Your body will store all food as fat to keep you alive. Starvation mode is a real thing. I highly recommend not going under 1,200 calories unless your doctor has told you that. And MyFitnessPal will add in your workout calories. You guys are it's already putting you in a caloric deficit just with food, and then eating back your calories. I don't recommend both, you guys. I don't recommend per se like eating less and eating back your calories from working out. If you're starving, eat like an extra 100, maybe 200 calories per day if you're starving. Otherwise, I don't recommend eating back your calories from your workout, you guys. They're both working for you to help you lose weight a little faster, yet be maintainable. So you can't be too little calories and you can't be too low of calories. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, you guys send me an email back, message me. I really do want to clarify this for you. It's just important to know that you can't go too high and you can't go too low. So I want you guys to download an app like MyFitnessPal. It's the one that I use and I'm most familiar with. So if you want to use that one, it is free. And if you have questions, I can easily answer those. There are other apps out there. I just don't know them as well. So if you have questions about them, I may or may not be able to answer them for you. But MyFitnessPal, I know like the back of my hand. So download that and record what you eat for 3 days. You don't have to do this for the rest of your life, especially if you're like that person that totally hates counting calories, totally hates tracking. I get it. I am with you. do 2 days during the week and 1 day on the weekend. Because here's the thing, who eats really well Monday through Friday, and then on the weekend you eat whatever you want because you ate so well? You need to have a clear picture over the week how you're doing with calories, because if you're eating way too much on the weekend and you're in a caloric deficit during the week, it doesn't matter. All is lost, guys. I love you, but you're not going to lose weight, because over the entire week, you are not in a caloric deficit to lose weight. So super important. 3 days, that's all you need. Moving on, guys, I want to talk about macronutrients. But before I do, I need your buy-in on this. I am an agnostic when it comes to diets. I believe there is no one-size-fits-all diet for everyone that's watching this. You know, everyone has a different body shape, a different body size, different genetics. We like different foods. We have just how our body absorbs nutrients and breaks down nutrients is totally different. So I need you to be bought into that not everything, there's not one thing that is for everyone. So I'm going to go through what protein, carbs, fats, and vegetables do in your body. And while I do that, I want you to think about, ooh, I'm really sore. Maybe I need more protein. Or I'm so low on energy. I need more carbs. Or my brain clarity is just terrible. So I'm going to eat more healthy fats. And I want you to think like that. The one thing that all diets and programs have in common is they're trying to get you in a caloric deficit. It doesn't matter if it's Whole30, if it's paleo, if it's Weight Watchers, if it's counting calories, keto, it's all trying to get you in a caloric deficit. It doesn't matter whether or not you have too many carbs or too many fats. Too many calories in general is just going to be stored as fat that we're trying to get rid of. So have an agnostic approach to nutrition and find what works best for you. The best diet is one that you'll enjoy and do for the rest of your life. Cool? So you guys, protein, like I said, builds and repairs muscle. There is a worksheet that I'm going to somehow give to you guys, whether it's an attachment in an email or have you guys send me a message so that I can send you these attachments. But I do have a guide that tells you how much protein, carbs, fats, vegetables to each male, female based off of grams and portion sizes. So stay tuned. I will let you know either in an email or in Facebook up above or down below. So protein, again, like I said, helps you build and repair muscle. If you're sore beyond 2 days after a workout and you're always sore, you shouldn't be. You should be repaired in 48 hours. Like I'm saying, if we killed legs on Sunday and on Thursday, Wednesday, you're still sore from legs and now you're added sore from arms, like you're just never feeling good, you may need more protein, you guys. So that's super important. I do also, on the handout, have a list of what is considered protein and what is not considered protein. If you are a vegetarian, don't worry. Yes, you too can get enough protein sources not from meat. It's totally possible. I highly recommend that you track in MyFitnessPal and look at your macros, macronutrients of protein to see how many grams you're getting. Usually, you guys, it's about 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. It's pretty doable for everybody, and you could do closer to 1-to-1 ratio. So I hope that's helpful. And again, I will give you guys a worksheet if you're a very visual learner. Moving on to carbs, you guys. Oh, everyone has such an opinion on carbohydrates, you guys. From the science of it, you guys, carbs give you energy. And they help regulate hormones, and they're great for fertility, and they help with sleep. It's just a proven fact. Unless you have diabetes, you guys, and your doctor tells you not to, or you're eating the not smart carbs, the simple carbs, candies, cookies, soda, pastries, anything white or beige, yes, those carbs are going to spike your blood sugar. They're going to give you a lot of energy, and you're going to crash later. But there are smart carbs, you guys. There are good carbs. They're called complex carbohydrates. So think oats, potatoes, and don't go crazy over potatoes. There's really minimal difference between all kinds of potatoes. It's all about the portion size. So let me back up. Protein is about the size of your palm for females, and fellas, it's about 2 sizes of your palm when it comes to protein. Carbs is about a cupped handful, you guys, so it's not a lot. And females, again, 1 per meal, fellas, 2 per meal. Now, the thing with complex carbohydrates, like I said, oats, whole grains, beans, legumes, starchy vegetables, have great micronutrients in them, and they actually help regulate your blood sugar so you have consistent energy and are best when paired with a protein. Now, I know someone's here, where does fruit fall? Fruit is also a simple sugar, or a simple carbohydrate. So yes, it does break down your body just like candy does, although it does have great micronutrients in it. So I do think fruit is still part of a healthy diet, and everyone, again, is different, right? So where do you fall on the scale of like getting better? If you're the person who's eating candy every single day, or eating a pastry every single morning, or eating a cookie after dinner every night, and you're replacing that cookie or that candy bar or that soda with a piece of fruit, that is so much better. You are moving in the right direction. Eat the fruit. You guys, eat the fruit if it's helping you get off of the candy, cookie, soda train. Okay? Sound good? You know, if you're really trying to tighten things up, maybe have 1 fruit a day. But again, if you're like, my diet be crazy, Kaitlyn, and I'm addicted to sugar, going to fruit is such a great way to wean yourself off of sugar from all the junk food and chips out there. You guys, if you're not sleeping well, if you are waking up at 3 a.m., you need more complex carbohydrates. Basically, cortisol is waking up in the middle of the night when melatonin should be going on. So everything's a little out of whack right there. And you know, making sure to watch your caffeine intake, make sure to watch your alcohol intake. Team, I know some of you guys like a glass of wine or a beer after a long day. It is messing with your sleep most likely, which is messing with your fat loss, team. So you get to decide whether or not it's worth it, how much you drink, or if it's worth taking it out so that you can lose body fat faster. That's up to you. Then we have vegetables. Who here is getting 3 to 5 servings of vegetables a day? We all know we should be eating more vegetables, but are you doing it? You guys, great micronutrients in there. 1 serving is about the size of your fist. If you're thinking lettuce, lettuce, kale, you know, spinach, that's like 2 cupped handfuls, guys. That's 2 servings is really 1. Just a heads up there. I got that question on Sunday. And then healthy fats, team. Keto is really popular right now. Right? I got to be an agnostic myself when it comes to nutrition. Keto is great for those who have diabetes, who are pre-diabetic, who feel super addicted to the simple carbs. Can be a really helpful diet. Are most people actually in ketosis, where their body is no longer running on carbs, which is also called glucose? Instead, their body had no glucose in it anymore, so it had to pull from something to live, breathe, do its thing. So healthy fats in your body break down into ketones. So basically your body is running on ketones for energy when you go into ketosis. You have to really be okay with a lifestyle that doesn't have any carbs in it, you guys. And you got to be careful about what you drink. And it just depends on your lifestyle. For some people, it's a great fit. For some people, they feel like it's freedom. They feel healthy. They feel the clarity. But for some people, it's just totally unrealistic to their lifestyle. And if it's unrealistic to your lifestyle, you can have a high-fat diet and a low-carb diet, totally. And that will work. I don't necessarily think a lot of people are actually in ketosis when they do keto. They're most likely in a caloric deficit, but eating high-fat diet, low-carb protein. So hopefully that makes sense. Healthy fats, you guys, are great for brain clarity, substance. They keep you satisfied. Although it's important to know, maybe you've done keto in the past or a high-fat diet and you didn't see the results everyone raved about. It's probably because you were eating too many fats. And This is because the breakdown, they're more calorie dense. Protein and carbs have 4 calories per gram, and fats have 9 calories per gram. So you'll see in my picture of the portion size, I always say it's only the size of your thumb, it's about 1 to 2 tablespoons of a liquid healthy fat. Peanuts, almonds, you want to count those babies out and look at what the serving size is on the nutrition label. I don't recommend dairy just because I think most people are dairy intolerant. Not everyone. You can have cheese and milk, you guys. Just be careful of how much you're having in your lattes. You guys watch your liquid calories, including coffee in the morning, friends. You get to decide whether or not it's worth it. And sometimes it totally is, right? A margarita and guac, totally worth it for me once a week, for date night, friends. Not getting rid of it. If you're the person who's not going to get rid of brunch on a Sunday, well then what else is not worth it throughout the week? The donut that's been stale for 2 hours, that's at work every single day, not worth it, right? You get to decide whether or not food is worth it to you. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. So be careful of your healthy fats, especially when you're counting calories. You can see your macronutrient breakdown in MyFitnessPal. It says nutrition, and there's a little pie. Check that out to see where you are falling. So the last thing I did want to cover, just because it's pretty popular, is intermittent fasting. It's not per se like a diet, more as it is just some guidelines and structure on when you can eat. So the most popular time right now is fasting for 16 hours and eating for 8 hours. You can shift that, if you have an event and you need to eat later, well, just make sure that you're fasted for 16 and you're eating for 8, right? You have to shift it a little, not a big deal. The benefits of intermittent fasting, studies have shown they can also regulate insulin levels. They can help with fat burn and muscle gain, cellular repair, protection against disease. The only negative that I see to this is, y'all, hangry is a real thing, starving and not being okay with that feeling. If you're not okay with that, if you're not okay with feeling hungry, this is not your plan, friends, because most of the time it leads to you overeating and making less ideal choices of food. And you're going to eat whatever's in front of you when you can eat at 11 or when you can eat at noon. For some reason, studies show that females don't do as well doing intermittent fasting as males. I think it's because of our hormones, you guys. Ladies, man, hormones don't like stress. This is a stress in the body. If you can't handle it, you'll know. You'll just know. You give it a try and find out. If you're a female, I might ease into it with a 14-hour fast and 10 hours of eating. So hopefully that's helpful. You guys, that's everything on calories in, calories out. Let me know if you have questions. Quickly, just wanted to go over, how do we make this realistic? How do we implement this into our life? You're like, Kaitlyn, I know all this stuff, but I'm just not doing it. So the thing is, most diets, and most of you know what you shouldn't be eating, right? I shouldn't be drinking alcohol. I shouldn't be, eating the sweets. I shouldn't be eating the chips. Shouldn't be drinking the soda or the diet soda, right? You know what you shouldn't have. So usually you start there, right? In taking all those things out. But when you take something out, what do you think about? Everything that you can't have, you guys. The Whole30 is a great example. I've done it twice in my life where no dairy, no sugar, no alcohol, no gluten. And I could do it for 30 days and it was, whole everything in my mouth on whole, 32 or 33, right? And I gave myself food poisoning. It was terrible. So it really can mess with your head, you guys, and fat loss and weight loss is really, it doesn't even begin in the kitchen. It doesn't begin in the gym. It begins in your head, you guys, and how you think and talk to yourself is why you're not consistently eating well. That's why when my clients work with me, I have them focus on addition. I never tell them they can't have anything. So go through what I just said: protein, carbs, vegetables, healthy fats. Are you getting some of those in every single one of your meals? If not, focus on adding those in. And having that conversation with yourself, with the donut or the ice cream or whatever, like, is it worth it? Sometimes it is worth it and sometimes it's not, but you got to slow down. So if you eat fast, there is no time to decide whether or not the donut was worth it because you just already ate it in 1, 2, 3 bites. Okay. So if you're gonna indulge in something that's not per se healthy, sit down, enjoy every single bite, and make sure that you're gonna feel good about your choice afterwards. And if you're not gonna feel good about it, it's probably because it didn't help you reach your transformation challenge goals, or it literally makes you sick, right? Like dairy, I'm intolerant to it. It's gonna make me not feel good. So every time I eat mac and cheese, every time I eat ice cream, I have to decide, is it worth the pain I'm gonna feel afterwards? And sometimes it is, but most of the time, it's not. You guys, it's so important to plan. If you're not planning your workouts, you're not planning what you're eating, you are planning to fail this challenge, friends. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But you need to have a realistic plan. You guys, if you are deciding that you're going to eat all your meals home cooked, and you don't do that, that's not what you do 11 months out of the year, you're going to have healthy burnout, you guys, and you're going to give up. Life's going to happen. And when you fail, your headspace is like, screw it, it's all over. I'm just going to eat whatever I want to today. So I want you to start realistic. You guys, if you don't prep lunch or dinner and you always go out to eat, start prepping your lunch and then make a healthy choice when you go out to dinner. You don't have to make all of your meals at home. You guys, I want you to feel really good about yourself. When you feel really good, when you feel successful, you keep going. When you feel like a failure, when you feel like you messed up even once, you just want to give up, you guys. And so challenge, you guys, don't overhaul everything in your life this week 1 of the transformation challenge. So have a realistic plan to go to the grocery store, plan when you're going to meal prep. You don't have to do everything on Sunday if you don't have time for that, but if you enjoy that and you want to have everything ready to go for the week, you better, check off 3 hours off your calendar on a Sunday to cook and have everything ready to go. You could just make sure that you have all the food in your house so that you cook daily, right? Maybe you do a little prep for dinner and then you do a little prep after that for breakfast and lunch the next day, guys. So there's definitely all kinds of ways to meal prep. You have to find what works best for you. I will let you guys know in the email some apps to check out are Mealime, Tasty, Yummly. If you want variety, Team Spice of Life is variety, or I don't know, I said that wrong, but if you only cook like 2 different meals for an entire week, by the time you get to Thursday, you're like, I will eat anything but chicken, broccoli, and rice, right? Like, keep it interesting, make sure it tastes good, make sure you have enough variety. And also plan your indulgences. I want you to indulge. I don't want you to take out your glass of wine every single night of the week. I don't want you to ever not go out to eat. That's not realistic. You guys, yeah, I want you to win this transformation challenge, but I want you to enjoy your life at the same time. So plan date night on Friday, plan donut Sunday with your kids, whatever it is, you guys plan it, look forward to it, and then use that for motivation to eat really well, before and after that. And, you go out to eat, you get a burger, fries, and you love it. And then now the next day has nothing to do with that meal. And you're just back to normal, back to your balanced, healthy meals. You guys, don't overthink it. So plan a grocery shop, plan a prep, plan meals out. You guys, plan out services like HelloFresh can be delivered to your house. Blue Apron, freshly, it's already cooked, you just have to heat it up. So find something realistic. Go to Thick Kitchen, you guys. So many options, team, so many options. Have backups, have food in the freezer, have something easy go to in the pantry, have a backup frozen meal at your work. You don't have to take up the whole freezer, just have one. You guys, this is important. This is what makes you consistent. And the thing is, too, we talk about life happens. You guys, you're not going to be perfect. You're going to get sick. You're going to be in places where you're not in control, right? Work parties, other people's parties, and there's no healthy food, and all that's there is cheap, delicious, simple carbs and cheese, So not every day will be perfect, but that one meal that you overate, that one day where it just wasn't great choices, is not going to ruin 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks of hard work, you continuing to not care and then continuing to eat that way, that's going to ruin your progress, right? But one bad day, one bad meal that you call it, it's like slashing all 3 of your other tires when you have one flat tire. Okay, don't do that to yourself. You guys, you will not be perfect. It's okay. Just make it right with your next bite. So strive for progress over perfection, guys. I always tell my clients we're just trying to get a little better. And when you mess up, it's a whole lot easier to be better the next day, you guys. Talked about it, have a backup plan. Trigger foods, you guys. Oh, get them out of your house. Trigger foods, the foods that you can't say no to. You will overeat. There is no willpower. There is no clarity, okay? And if you live or work in a place where you cannot literally throw it all out without starting World War III, then hide them. And I mean, like, make them not easy for you to get at. Like at work, I love you guys, but y'all brought us chocolate at Orange Theory Fitness. There's so much chocolate in the back. So you're like, oh, that was me. But then there's also like 5 other people. So we had like literally like 3 pounds of chocolate in the office, and it is my trigger food. So I literally, every day I was in the office, I would like hide it in a new place. Like if someone brought it out, I would hide it again. So be that person. Who cares, you guys? Your goals, your results are important. You know, all of the bread, all of the chips are on the highest shelf that I have to literally like step onto a chair to get at, you guys. And it's just so much easier to avoid that stuff. So either get rid of it or hide it. It doesn't mean that you can't have these foods, you guys. It just means that you don't have to use your willpower, right? That's awesome. I don't want to use my willpower all the time. It's tiring. It's exhausting. I already have a lot to think about and a lot to do. I just don't want to think about whether or not I should eat the donut, okay? And then the same goes for keeping healthy foods around. You guys, keep fruit out, keep vegetables out. Make sure that you have, you know, meals readily available, right? The path of least resistance, you guys. So if you're starving after a workout, make sure you have a meal ready to go, or make sure you have like a protein bar or something in your car to just calm down that hangry, right? Where you're like, I'm gonna eat a horse or McDonald's or Panera or mac and cheese or Chick-fil-A, whatever it is, right? You guys, be prepared with healthy food, especially at times when you're hangry, because there is no clear thinking when you're starving, none whatsoever. So be prepared with healthy food. That's pretty much everything, you guys. So, you know, first start with being in a caloric deficit. Second, focus on the quality of foods, protein, carbs, healthy fats, vegetables. Have a realistic plan. If you're not planning, you're planning to fail. And focus on your behavior. Let the outcome go. If you have questions, you guys email me back, message me, and I will figure out how to get the handouts I gave out on Sunday to everyone who's watching this video. I hope this was helpful, you guys. We got to change that number. We're going to make this 100% finish rate for the transformation challenge, you guys. So be realistic, friends. Have a realistic plan. One foot in front of the other. Let's do this. Much love, Coach Kaitlyn.